Ladies and gentlemen, Total Smarks has returned. Another Raw highlights review. Again, we will not be reviewing Raw the show. No, sir. We only review the Raw highlights show. And without further ado, last Sunday we had Roadblock. I think it's fair to say that me and you were somewhat, not scared, but somewhat dismayed at the possibility that the big dog could become the champion.
Yep. It didn't happen.
Surprisingly.
Now, the ending of the match kind of blew, and it ended up being pretty lame. But Big Dog did not walk away dual champion. More importantly, however, now furthering the potential for Jericho to win the Royal Rumble.
Yes. Well, let's talk about the end of the
for the belt.
Oh yeah. Well, I feel like that's the only way you can really end this kind of friendship thing that's going on between the two of them. But I really enjoyed the end of the Roadblock match.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did Jericho come in and attack Owens?
He did, yeah. He code-breakered him for the DQ in favor of KO.
Yeah, so this is
we
just
were talking
brilliant.
About that.
Just absolutely brilliant. They had Jericho. I don't know what happened earlier in the night. I forget at this point. I don't even know what year it is. I can barely remember yesterday. So going back to Sunday, it's a challenge. But they had KO interfere somehow or distract Jericho in his match, and Jericho lost, correct?
Right.
And then the idea is, here comes Jericho. He's going to codebreaker KO and get back at him. And Jericho, he comes in, codebreaker, right? Ding, ding, ding. That's a DQ right there.
In favor of Roman.
Even
though Jericho and KO have been a tag team.
But it's revealed.
No breakup yet.
No breakup. This was done on purpose. This is a strategic plot by Jericho to have KO retain the title. True, right?
Yep.
So that gets me thinking, why doesn't someone do that every fucking match?
Right.
Why doesn't someone come down and interfere on purpose against your friend?
Right.
And then they retains the title.
Yeah. It would go back to our whole fucking spiel on how they make every heel a complete chicken shit. Mm-hmm. They'll do whatever they can to retain the belt. They have no integrity. If you go heel, you automatically will cheat or do whatever you have to do to retain. And by that logic, why wouldn't you do it?
Right.
Every time.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to have a single champion that, is a total, coward piece of shit that will do anything to retain the title, even though that's the complete opposite of how he got it.
Right.
Then, yeah, sure. Why don't you just have Jericho come down every match?
Every match, yeah.
And now, I guess they're doing, we'll find out, I guess, on Raw. But, they're going to have, stipulations your friend can't come down to the ring. He can't, or it's automatically you lose or some shit. Or
Or put Jericho in a fucking shark cage.
Well, yeah, it's a shark cage. That's, and we'll see that tonight. But
yeah, we'll get into that. Which I find funny, right? The authority, the management, they're we can't have him interfering. We better lock him in a shark cage.
A shark cage.
You could fire the dude for interfering, too.
Yeah, you can do that. You could just ban him from fucking ringside. If you come to the ring, you're fired from the company.
Every time they have a shark cage type deal, traditionally that will mean that inevitably Jericho will find a way to get involved in the match. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they're going to do it. They're going to get creative, but he'll drop a weapon down or he'll do whatever. They did that with Paul Ellering at TakeOver.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
had him
that's what it
locked in a
was. I was
shark
trying to think
cage.
like, didn't they just have a fucking shark cage?
Yeah, they did, and they dropped it. He
Gimmick?
dropped like a weapon down to the Authors of Pain.
The Authors of Pain.
The one dude, apparently he dropped a chain, and I didn't catch it at the time, but apparently the dude fucking launched it into the crowd. Like, whipped it into like the third row and like damn near killed a guy.
Authors of Pain, I feel like, are kind of shitty and like they're botching shit left and right.
I feel like, yeah, they're like a team that I feel like will never get over it. Like they'll be like what like fucking Kane and the Big Show are on Raw, where they're like, oh, like we have to, if you want to find like an intimidating opponent to like punish a good guy, like they'll be like, yeah, we're giving you them. But like they're never gonna get over it, dude. They would be like like back in the day, how like the NWO kept like adding random people in the mid card.
Yeah.
They would totally be like, you know, the two henchmen like behind Hogan, like in the background, like fucking nodding shit, but like not over, you know, like Hall and Nash or Hogan, where they're like that level of like, I don't know, they're goony and they're giant, but they're pretty boring. I don't think they're ever gonna like truly get over.
Well, you're basically saying what I've always said about, you know, Kane and like, you know, I guess Big Show even.
Yeah.
Is that they're just fucking boring. Like they're
Yeah.
big, dude. Like you could say the same thing about like half the people on the fucking roster, but like Apollo Crews or any other dudes back there, or whoever the dude is, Bob Backlund.
Yeah.
That guy
Young.
That guy by himself probably is boring as shit.
Yeah, he probably couldn't talk, and they're like, all right, well, we got to give you like a complete lunatic
Some
to try to
weird
get you
gimmick,
over it.
and we'll give you Backlund because he's funny as shit. But you know, you could say the same thing. Like all these, they're boring, and like yeah, authors of pain aren't gonna get over, and they're boring, so they give him Paul Ellering.
Right.
And why didn't they do that with Kane? Kane was just some like big fucking goofy guy with like a gimmick that he's a demon.
Yeah.
And we'll bring it back again. I have to mention the fact that Corporate Kane was one of my favorite gimmicks of all time. Because it was just like this character, Kane, who I hated. It was just stupid supernatural shit. Oh, look, it's The Undertaker, but doesn't have the same like charisma or moves. It's just a big dude. Let's strip all that away and just make him a corporate lackey now who wears suit pants. That's the funniest shit I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But
Kane, he did have Paul Bearer when he debuted. Well, I mean,
That's true.
Kane had a gimmick where like they could do cool shit with him, even though like he never really did anything like of value. But having that gimmick, like they could incorporate him.
oh yeah, you can use some of these guys
Right.
and do different stuff with it. Personally, my opinion is like I don't care for it because it's just like yeah, you see it once, you've seen it 100 times.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah. Nah. Totally. I mean, I like when you can kind of get like a view of like who they really are when they talk on the mic. Like I don't know. I feel like you get that a little bit with people like Jericho or like Flair.
Right.
Where they're like they're playing up like a persona for TV, but they're probably like really like that in real life.
Right.
I mean, that would be like the true, like a great mic worker can like, you know, kind of go beyond the kayfabe a little bit. I don't know.
A little edge. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know how much edge there can be to a character if they don't ever talk.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And there's a guy who's just body slamming people.
Yeah.
Not much mobility in the ring. Not taking insane bumps.
Yeah.
Just some I don't know. But you're right about like, you know, Authors of Pain. Another thing is they're botching shit. They just drop a guy's head on another guy's head. The guy's probably dead right now. But
They're killing people. They fucking chucked the fucking chain in like the 4th row.
Maybe that's
Damn near killed a fan.
maybe that's kayfabe. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be kind of a fucking creative way to try to get them over.
To just
Like
drop
they're like way too botchy.
Yeah, too botchy. Just no one wants to work with them. They're stiff as shit, and they just come down in the ring and just like have this crazy look on their face. Like I'm gonna actually launch your head into the turnbuckle and end your career because your neck's gonna snap.
You got Ellering with like a botchamania too.
But I guess the important thing to note is just that Roman Reigns lost.
Yeah.
So we still have the opportunity of Jericho, assuming we
For
get
the
past
belt.
this
Right. Like if
Roman Reigns. Yeah, let's.
if Roman won, Jericho would definitely have no shot of winning the Rumble.
Right.
Like it'll be him and KO probably at Mania, but maybe not for the belt if that happened. But thank God, thank Jah that Roman got beat.
Well, the next pay-per-view, Roman versus KO for the belt again.
Yeah.
And it's, the stipulations or whatever. But if Roman won, then you'd see some kind of thing like fucking Seth Rollins win the Rumble or something stupid.
Right.
Or Goldberg.
My God, yeah, it'll be important where within the card they air that championship match. Now, granted, it could it could end up being like a blue brand dude winning the Rumble to fight AJ. I mean, that could happen too. But if we're talking the Raw Championship, then yeah, depending on where they air that championship match, it'll be very telling, for the booking of the Rumble match. If KO found a way to win that with the help of Jericho, I'm going full bore Jericho will definitely win the Rumble for sure. If they have Roman win, then fucking Jericho will definitely not win the Rumble. It'll probably be Goldberg.
All right, so I'm gonna queue up Raw. Another thing about Raw this week, the highlight show, is whoever's doing the show usually didn't do it this week, and we're watching it and it's sped up. So yeah, enjoy.
The pyro.
The Chris Public breaker from my best friend. Public breaker, meaning that Roman Reigns will lose the match. It was beautiful, baby. Yeah, you should clap for that. I should have known that.
Yeah, see, they're even discussing that they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
It hurt me a lot more than it hurt you. Bring it in, man. Santa Claus.
Jericho with the Bring It In Man, followed by a hug.
Dude, let's just take a note on Jericho's outfit. Sport coat, collar up. Look at McFoley's outfit.
What the hell?
He's got plastic surgery or something on his face.
This tag team match, what they will get tonight, Columbus, Ohio.
Here's another thing is that what needs to happen. We might have talked about this in the last time, but if Jericho and KO start calling Mick Foley Mankind, which is all the time, just start calling him Mankind, just to show disrespect.
Dude, Jericho would kind of do that back in the day. He would he would call Benoit Benoit. I'm like, okay, Benoit.
He's got a fanny pack.
Dude, Foley's unbelievably annoying in the general manager role.
Yeah. Complete opposite of his character.
Right.
The guy was edgy as shit, taking insane bumps.
Yeah.
That was another great promo that they had where I don't. That might be later on, but I don't know when it occurred. I'm losing my mind. But they had another great Enzo promo. So what just happened? Why did he lose?
I don't know. They cut it way too quick.
Sasha Banks could legitimately be injured. I don't know if she takes insane bumps and she's like a
gave my blood
100-pound chick.
Yeah.
I almost just break my leg. The first ever woman hell in a cell match out without my women's championship. Better woman won. Yeah, I don't feel like the boss anymore. Congratulations.
What?
What? She can't really talk. Oh god. Alright, cool angle right here.
Charlotte isn't here.
Attack her.
I don't care.
Beat her up. Yeah, hell yeah, alright. It's good heel angle. I wanted to elaborate, but they cut way too quick.
What do you mean green? Red is the color of wrong.
If you're watching and you're wondering why we're not really commentating the highlight show,
We're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
they cut entirely too quick to even figure out what the hell it
Strowman,
is.
they just cut that whole Strowman thing.
So Dar and Alec with center Alexander taking. I'm joined by Corey Graves, Ross Pinner. Let's see what pays off for him.
So are they still doing the thing where Strowman is like looking for harder competition
Oh, there he is.
and like he's not getting it, so he's just murking dudes?
Yeah, but you know what? To be noted, and we'll get to it. I mean, I don't know if they'll cut it out or if we'll be able to watch it or not. But
I'm full of positivity tonight. We're happy that it was you.
he ended up laying out Roman at the end of Raw,
If I'm dealing with somebody
Right.
like
which I like in that you got
Your reign of
KO and Roman in the main event, Jericho locked in the fucking shark cage. They could have Braun come out and fucking, fuck over Roman. Hopefully. And they're not gonna give him. We know they're not gonna give him a clean win.
Then Jericho wins the Rumble and all comes down to KO Jericho.
There's always a who should be fighting. Oh, shining stars out, and everybody's in the house. This is
I'm a fan of the Sheamus Cesaro tag team.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not 100% sure why.
Yeah.
I think it's because I like Cesaro and like he comes out with his suit and like rips it off and
Yeah.
shit. That's pretty funny. But also, I think that there's real potential in Sheamus that they could they could use that. And they could I'm not just saying like they could do it with anyone on the roster. Like hey, they could do this. I'm saying like I could see that actually happening right now.
Yeah,
Where they're gonna build him up as some like more promos outside the ring for Sheamus. Has to happen.
like a maniac bar fighter. I mean, that'd be a good way to get him over. I mean, I feel like the crowd's like really lukewarm on him, and they haven't done a lot with him for having been in the company for like pretty long. Neville went heel.
destroyed the cruiserweight champ.
He gave him a beard and turned him heel.
People have cheered for me. I want your sympathy. So this is a warning. Open it.
They cut that incredibly.
I told you.
This is a warning cut.
Rich, you can call yourself anything you want.
Rich.
In the cruiserweight division.
Here we go.
The Brian Kendrick.
Without none of this would be possible.
Why does Brian Kendrick look like he's
Need to be taught.
like 47? How old is that
He
dude?
might be. I'll look it up.
That man Neville, and we're seeing the result of it. He's just gonna hit the ball and slice bread to part.
Is Colleen McCarthy, and I'll be your
Backlund.
training.
This is a great, a pretty great segment.
Please go ahead, take a seat.
Mahal.
And how do you
they kind of cut out probably everything in that segment, but that was a pretty great segment where Backlund starts doing just air squats. And they're like, no, you don't have to do that. And he kind of like looks around confused, like, what?
There's our general manager.
I was a fan. After Strowman threw that guy off the ring onto the gifts, he just started like throwing trees and shit too. But it was already over. Like it didn't mean anything, so it was just totally him just being like, "Fuck this!" It just threw trees. Fetal alcohol syndrome, Bailey. Here we go.
Sit on the other side of the guardrail. It's in the ring. And Corey, something has to be said about Bailey's. Bailey up over the top. And there's a high elbow. You know, Bailey came up. Not a tight iron base to be. Ooh! Who's in control of the champ live on Monday? The women's champion, Charlotte Bailey, right now. Charlotte not only wants to beat Bailey,
Brian.
Stage of Monday Night Raw.
Right.
Dean Ryan.
Inside of the WWE shoot shot. That's why I'm complaining. And now Charlotte sells it. Now Charlotte bounced up Nina Paper. That running. Whoa, a man's face for this feeling. For the opening, capitalizing.
Did it stop being sped up? It sounds like what Michael Cole actually sounds like. Big Dog!
Oh my God, Big Dog.
So here we go. Here we go again, another multi-person match at the finale of Raw.
Yep. They like doing that.
Boy, that's
Like, are you
exciting.
ready for 19 people in the main event again? You better be. We're gonna give it to you. Brian Kendrick, 37.
Now regroup time. The team gets back. Look at Reigns and Rollins. Having fun here tonight. Does now. Shark Cage screaming like a little
Oh,
child.
shit.
On therapy in front of 70.
Big dogs.
During this match, during this tag team, by the way, they had Roman Reigns down in the ring, and KO was in, and he goes up to him, and he goes, "Come on, Big Dog!" and just like kicks him in the fucking head. That was great. All right, so Strowman comes down and fucking like choke slams Roman Reigns, and that ends it. Disqualification. Wow, awesome ending.
Yeah.
So
There haven't been any of them lately.
I
Aren't there like the 3 of them on Roadblock?
I hesitate to be like, well, that's actually a good use for Strowman because I don't really feel like watching it. It's stupid. But what else are you gonna use that fucking dude for?
Right.
You know, you build up to some kind of thing where.
Oh yeah, I mean they're no doubt building him up to feed him to the big dog. I mean they're definitely doing that. But I don't even care. Like keep Big Dog away from the main event. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna make him look like the top guy, but we can't do. You know that won't change no matter what. They've elected their guy. They're gonna do what they're gonna do with him, but. Don't have him get in the way of like what they're doing with KO and Jericho. You know what I mean? If they can, if they can take Braun to kind of intervene there, and I don't know if Braun will end up interfering in that main event and fuck over Roman, but I'm all for it. If they do that, fucking A.
Well, that would be interesting. I don't know if I could see that because they just did it right there.
Right.
But they have Braun Strowman come. You know what they might do is have him come down, fuck over Roman, but Roman like sees it and attacks Strowman, and they start going at it, and that gives time for KO to kind of recover in the ring, and somehow Jericho passes that weapon.
Yeah.
Big Dog gets back in the ring kind of dazed.
Yeah.
And just gets hit in the
Totally.
face with a weapon.
Yeah.
Pop-up powerbomb for the win.
I would bet on that being the outcome, what you called.
You know what?
I'm sure that will be what they do.
My God.
Big Dog. It won't be clean. My God, it definitely won't be clean. The fact they have a dude in a shark cage, like, you automatically know it won't be clean.
Yeah.
And it won't be in the favor of, KO. I mean, it will be in the favor of KO winning the match, not in making KO look good.
Right.
It'll be in the favor of making Roman look protected. And then, fuck it, whatever. I don't even care.
Unfortunately,
Get them away from their feud. Like, get the Big Dog away from them.
they cut on that whole. The best part of that Raw right there was the whole thing with Enzo. They cut away from that, unfortunately. But basically, what happened was Bob Backlund starts doing air squats for, I think, no reason. Like, I forget why he was doing them. It was something paper thin. And then that dude sitting next to Enzo, the Muslim dude or whatever, I don't even know what he is.
Jinder Mahal.
He starts, like, him and Enzo start going at it, but Enzo kept saying funny shit the whole time. And the lady that was, like, the moderator was like, "Oh no, you have to, like, be sensitive and all this," and he's just like, yeah, tomato, but and just kept going on and saying stuff. But then at the end of the segment, everyone left, and then he started hitting on her and giving her his Instagram handle, and he's like, I'll just slide in your DM, like weird shit. But Rusev comes out of nowhere.
Oh, damn.
And him and that other guy that was sitting right next to him just start beating the fuck out of Enzo again. And it's tremendous. They throw him all over the place and beat the shit out of him. It's great. We need more of that.
Again, out of the ring.
Out of the ring. Another violent episode out of the ring.
Yeah.
But it's way better than probably that whole program.
Yeah.
Everything else on Raw I didn't care about. That was funny though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, you can build a feud in the ring if you don't, like, if you give it like a creative angle. Like, I feel like every feud now they develop from a random heel coming out and interfering for no reason. It'll be a dude who, like, had nothing to do with anyone in the ring. He'll come out and interfere, and then, oh my God, why did he do that? And then that will turn into a program. And then you're like, well, dude, like, why don't we like build up a little bad blood here? Mm-hmm. I mean, out of the ring, definitely way more entertaining, no doubt about it. But, like, I think it might hit on, like, a bigger issue that they don't really do anything to build bad blood. Give you a reason to care about, like, the feud.
They don't have any. It's like, what do we do on the mid card? Let's just have this guy run in the fucking ring.
Yeah.
But you can see that what they are putting thought into is the main events and shit. So you can see how KO and Jericho, which has been building up for a while, would be a tremendous match.
Yeah.
Maybe not in ring, but it would be a tremendous match because of the storyline.
Right.
You care about it.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, you're right. Like on the mid cards and stuff, there's just some random. Even there though, Strowman comes in. Oh look, that's what they're building up now. Strowman versus.
Yeah.
Big
Why
Dog.
did they attack Roman? What the fuck? Like, why did he have to get involved in that?
Right.
Granted, Strowman went on a rampage on Raw and beat the shit out of like 20 people, but the focal point ended up being how he jumped Roman. You know what I mean? They ended on that note, and that will definitely, no doubt, turn into a program between the two of them in the future. And why? I don't know. That match would be, no one in the crowd would give a flying fuck about that match. At all.
Oh my God! Well, think that's where we gotta leave it for now. We're just calling it. I'm calling it. This is how I call it. Exactly what I said for the match for Roman versus KO.
Not the Rumble.
Strowman's gonna come down. Big Dog's gonna fight him outside the ring. KO recovers. Jericho gives him the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's done.
Yeah.
Then Jericho wins the Rumble, and then it's like, ooh, now they got a title match against each other, and you start to see some more cracks in that friendship.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna have their match, and then at that, is that WrestleMania?
Yeah. It will be if that happened, the championship would be at Mania.
That would be a tremendous championship that everyone would care about.
Yeah.
Jericho versus KO for the title.
Yeah.
And then you have Strowman versus Big Dog. And then you can do whoever wins KO Jericho, then you can do fucking Roman Reigns versus him down the line.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But
Yeah,
you gotta
Roman-
have this storyline play out correctly.
Oh yeah, Roman will have that belt. They're not going to keep it up, like keep him out of the main event for too long. I mean, they already have him back in the main event. If they dial him back again and put him in a program with Braun, that will only be for a limit. You know, he'll be. They have their guy, and eventually they're going to put the belt on him. But like, my God, like don't let him get in the way of the fucking KO Jericho feud. Like for the love of God. Like, let that play out.
How great would that be? To have Jericho win the Rumble and then fighting KO for the title.
That would be great. I think
And
it would be a
then
good match. I feel like it would be good in the ring.
You know what I can see him doing? If they if they do that, where KO is the champion still after the Rumble, Jericho wins, and then at some random pay-per-view in between, they'll have KO lose the title because they don't think that match needs to be a title match.
Mania.
They can have that match be a non-title match and have it still mean something, and then have a title match for something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be shitty as fuck. But
yeah, I think you're right on.
we're gonna see it play out.
Yeah, what the hell will happen at the Rumble? When will that match go down? Will it be like in the undercard, or will it be the main event? I think the Royal Rumble will be the main event. I hope.
Alright. No, we'll see.
Yeah.
With that, holler.